Well, this is Monday, the 25th of November. I happened to be down on the coast this morning. I was slated to get up and connect with Fish and Game today, but the winds, small craft advisory, have put a damper on that for the day. I was in the Durham office, the Region 3 office, where I worked out of the last 2 decades of my career. Some 17 years ago now, it is. So I just came over to the coast for a little bit of a stroll. This is Odiorne State Park. I can show you. See those rocks right over there where it terminates there and it gets sandy? That's where I come down to watch launches of rockets from Cape Kennedy. I have watched from right there. I watched the shuttle go by one night launch. I watched it go right by the horizon, an orange candle right there. I watched one of the last flights of one of the space shuttles go by right here. They came right up the coast. And I have watched at nighttime satellites, SpaceX, Starlink satellites launch from Cape Kennedy, Florida, go into orbit right here, right over my head. I see, yeah, it's an orange glow. Nighttime launches come to Odiorne State Park, Odiorne Point, right there. Park and look due south with binoculars. You'll see an orange dot like a star. And it's orange, it's flamed. You can see it, and and if you're lucky, it will come up this way. I've watched several launches from right here at Odiorne Point. Yes, I do. I'm a scientist. I've always liked space. I was thinking way back in 1960 when they launched the first satellite visible from Earth. We lived in northern Maine, Mapleton, Maine at the time. My father brought me out to show me the first visible satellite going by. It was called Echo 1. It was. I think it was 1960. My father was an airline mechanic, but a scientist. He was. We always paid attention to things like that. Thank you, Dad. And here is Odiorne State Park. This was a military base. You see the gun emplacement right there from World War II. This was a big fort during World War II, and for many years in the 70s it was closed off still. Eventually turned over to the state and made into this park, but well, back then in the 70s when it was sort of fenced off, but you know, you could still go in here. I hunted pheasants right here. I hunted birds right here back then. I suppose you could now. I don't know. Nobody here Monday morning. Well, one person down there, but lots of trails here at Odiorne State Park. You could get, well, you can't get lost here. It's not that big. It's probably, what, 50 acres or maybe 70? I don't know. Probably less than that. Maybe 40 or 50 acres. Not a big park, but plenty of trails. Seacoast Science Center right behind those trees. Awesome place. You go in there, you can learn all about things down here. You can learn about you can learn about what you'll find if you get down here and pick among these rocks, limpets and all sorts of cool sea creatures here. You can learn about all those right with the Seacoast Science Center right over there. Stop down, bring your family, bring your grandkids. So we're going to call the Seacoast Science Center wild today. That's what it is. Odiorne State Park is wild today, and suck in that air. Look at the calm seas. The seas, well, our trip was canceled, I guess, because of the wind, and well, it's a west wind, so the fetch is away from the shore, so the waves aren't big right here, but well, we'll get out. I'll get out maybe next week with the crew from the Region 3 and the Marine staff from the Region 3 office. Hope to get out next week. Yeah, here we are, Odiorne State, and then out there is White and Seavey Island, where I helped bring back the tern some years ago. There's 3,000 pairs out there now. There were 0 for over 50 years. Yeah, things are looking good here on New Hampshire's coast. And I'll be driving down here in a few minutes, see if I can spot something else worthwhile. They're still working on fixing the road after the January storm. They are. All right, this is what's wild in New Hampshire. Hey, be like me. Get outside, be wild, live life on the wild side of New Hampshire.